Welcome back to Easy Spirit 101. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Let's get into a Divine Collective reading. Let's see what you guys need to know at this time. I keep picking up specifically for a group. That is not everyone. There can be certain groups in Divine Collective based on where you're at. Some of you in Divine Collective are in alignment, or you're kind of grouped through your experience and through where you are in your learning process, or on your journey, or in your soul growth with one another. So there can be like different groups for a specific group in Divine Collective that are aligned in some capacity. The message for you specifically is coming through as like things are about to pick up. Get ready for the pace to pick up. Something's coming in fast. Changes are coming in fast. Cycles are about to wrap up completely, like major cycles. Manifestations are coming in. For some of you, you're going to start seeing like 3D evidence that your manifestations are coming in. Taurus is highlighted. Those of you who have major Taurus placements, you have good positive changes coming in specifically. Those of you who've learned a certain lesson. So one of the good things about Taurus placements is there's something about you having the ability or capacity to be responsible. God sees you as someone who can be responsible with what he gives you. Some of you who have Taurus placements have been tested recently when it comes to like your pocket, your finances, to see how maybe you would handle certain things. If things were maybe more stagnant than you're used to, they'd slow down compared to what you're used to. Something like that here. Some of you have gone through some sort of major challenges and tests. When it comes to that, again, this is specifically for Taurus placements, major Taurus placements. You have passed the test. Excuse me, confirmation you have passed the test. I saw strength opposite that. And you know the strength card in the tarot deck for me often connects to, represents some sort of spiritual strength. So some of you have really may have been had your back against the wall to see how you'd handle it, what you do. Would you retaliate? Would you, regardless on or based on what your different circumstance was, how would you respond to this struggle with your finance? Would you go crazy and take out like, something like that? Or if someone took something from you, what would you do to get them back? And, did you let God handle it? That kind of thing. And again, some of you with the Taurus placements, you have been guided and going through lessons about who you should be doing business with, who you should be exchanging your finances with. Confirmation, transformation. You've gone through a major transformation when it comes to some of you. God's been trying to see how responsible you would be with something here. Yep, for some of you, the test had something to do with maybe even going through a major betrayal, or maybe experiencing lots and lots of major endings. And it really was to see if you would act out of this Knight of Wands energy, to see if you would respond in some sort of drastic, panicked kind of way, or in some sort of impulsive way, or maybe even if you would go back to your homie that you already learned a lesson about. It's coming through specifically for someone that part of their lesson had something to do with someone they used to call their homie. The Hermit, confirmation, wish fulfillment coming in. You have passed some sort of spiritual test here. It literally says spiritual mastery on the card. Good news, and here you go. Wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. This 10 of Cups is coming in. That is like, this is like the fullest amount of cups you can have. It says peace on here, blissful, harmony. Some of you, you're moving towards some of you are moving into a new chapter that involves a new group of people that you're meant to be in with this particular group. And this is part of why some of you had to be tested to basically see if you had what it took. Like, you needed to align with this group here. Do you align with this group here? And some of you, if you're moving towards this could be something that you struggled with, or this could have something to do for some of you with the test, that it has something to do with being able to rest. We have 4 of Swords in reverse. Maybe you really struggle to rest or allow. Something about allowing. It says passive here. Learning to allow things to occur rather than, like, this is more of a panicked, high-paced, fast motion in response to obstacles and challenges. I'm going to get one more out of here and move on. Some of you have been challenged too, back to that Taurus energy. Some of you have been challenged when it comes to your obedience. For instance, you're given some sort of divine guidance through your angels, through your guides, to go over here, do this thing, fill out this form, say this thing, or whatever. Get over here and do this right now and see if you did it. The good news is, congratulations, you passed the test. And maybe for a few of you, you're real close to passing the test. You could still be struggling with this, like, 4 of Swords in reverse energy. Some of you are literally like, it's a combination. Some of you are either restless, you have a restless energy and you don't know how to relax. And some of you are burned out and you keep going. So for those of you who are struggling with, like, you're burned out and you keep going, you need to show the universe that you are in a balanced, tempered state through, okay, like, self-love. I know I need rest. I know I'm no good to anybody on an empty cup, on an empty battery. So showing that you can rest when you are burned out. Or for those of you who struggle to, like, sit still, and you know that's creating a challenge or a blockage for you, to actually, you know, challenge yourself to do the opposite. I can sit still. I can relax. I can connect with my peace. Confirmation, boundaries. Boundaries, some of these boundaries are even need to be against yourself. And some of these boundaries, again, have something to do with the relationships around you. But the good news, friendly reminder, good news, you passed the test, or you're about to pass the test. Excellent. And this is coming in, confirmation. This is all good here with this 6 of Pentacles that we've seen twice now. 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups coming in, 9 of Cups, Good news, good news, good news. Some of you who are getting this good news is literally coming out like you're coming off of a cycle of being in the blues or like feeling the blues. No more blues. Card I just saw, I don't know what card it was, but it said reward or blessing. Reward or blessing. What else does Divine Collective need to know about this reading, about this energies? 10:10 on the clock. So a lot of you that resonate or have had further confirmation about the ending that's going on this year, and the next year being like a 10, an ending and a beginning, a 10-year or 1 year. Endings and beginnings. Especially when it comes to conflicts, compromises. Someone here that you've struggled quite a bit with. Some of you have ended a major karmic cycle, and whoever or whatever had to do with this major karmic cycle, they're under divine judgment. It's game over. It's game over. And some of you, very, very specific, again, mentioning like groups in the Divine Collective. Some of you in the Divine Collective, you're in a specific group that you've gone through a lot. You may be seeing 777 quite a bit, 1111. You've gone through a lot. You're being seen by the divine for your bravery, being exceptionally brave. This has to do, some of you, something, your test was in regards to, I'm gonna let you sit in this karmic past, this karmic wound for a little bit and see if you panic. And those of you who didn't really pass the test, and those of you who did probably are sitting in like the karmic thing will continue. The karmic thing will just continue. Those of you who have like calmed, healed, moved towards peace, and maybe even forgiveness, or are in the process of releasing the past, forgiving the past. The brave group has really passed the test, and you have something big coming in for you. And someone specifically in like divine, your angels are really like applauding you, cheering you on. There's something like someone here, one of the major karmic cycle you recently had to wrap up, close off, caused you to like maybe face one of your biggest fears. And your response was like, don't threaten me with a good time. Don't threaten me with a good time. Bring it on. You are being absolutely celebrated. You have passed this test. You are being celebrated in the spirit. Confirmation, Ace of Cups. I'll be darned. So for those of you who thought, oh God, look at that, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. For those of you who have thought the past little cycle, the past couple of years have been really intense and really challenging, it really is finally going to pay off. You may not have realized that something you asked for in prayer manifested through you having to pass some sort of major test to get whatever it is, to get to where you were going. And it was very, very uncomfortable, but it is coming. This good stuff is coming to an end. The endings, major endings. So a certain 1 or 2 groups in Divine Collective, you are getting major endings. Things that you are very happy to have completely over are ending. And this good stuff is actually coming in. For some of you, you will start to see the changes of that experience sometime next year. As early as, it's coming through as early as next year. Friendly reminder to understand it that way, because you don't grasp too hard to, oh, where is it? You keep looking for it. Again, most of you who are in this energy anyway, you've already passed a lot of tests. You've gone through a lot of ascension symptoms. You already know that when you're moving into a new experience, like you're seeing 555 a lot, you know some sort of major new experience is coming in. It's best to be in a let go kind of state, rather than a when is it, where is it, what do I do now, checking your clock, checking your calendar, checking your, you know. Back when we were younger and we would stare at the clock at work, it would make our shift go really slow. So that's kind of what we're getting at here. 6 of Pentacles again. Very, very good news here. Some of you made a absolute choice. You made the decision. You were given with a choice or decision to stay. Where are you going to stay complacent? Where are you going to stay where you were at? Where are you going to stay in a 5 of Pentacles? Oh, 5 of Pentacles. So someone is for 5 of Pentacles energy, and some of you, it's a 5 of Cups energy, which is very much like loss, sorrow, really sitting in that bad thing, sad thing that happened, kind of blocking yourself, blocking your own experience. And again, you passed the test. You agreed not to do that. Also feel like someone here may have been confusing you. Excuse me. Again, some of you, your test or your challenge may have been very hands-on, where spirit was allowing some maybe someone who's a hidden enemy to try and deceive you in some way, and you didn't fall for it. You didn't fall for it and you passed the test. So for those of you who are in situations where judgment is prominent because you didn't fall for it, because you didn't pass the test, the tables, those major endings, confirmation, Ace of Wands, those major endings are coming in, and the tables, for some of you, the tables are going to be turned on whoever was trying to deceive you. Confirmation, deceive you, falseness here. Falseness. So someone thought they were going to make, for those of you who are dealing with someone who thought they were going to cause you some sort of major misfortune or deceit or heartache or hardship in your life, they're going to be the ones, the tables have turned, or the tables are turning, especially when it comes to someone's blessings, something that belongs to you, someone's fortune, maybe something you have earned this. You have absolutely earned this for someone. Someone's getting a surprise windfall here because you passed some sort of test. This was being blocked for some of you. This was being blocked from you on purpose because you had someone in your energy trying to be false with you, trying to deceive you so they could take this blessing from you. I feel like really this is your energy. You're someone, you're being seen as a high priest or a high priestess. This friend card is really coming out like you are someone who is a friend. You are a friend to spirit. You are a friend to God. You are a friend to the archangels. Someone here may have gone, some of you have gone through a really, really long cycle. A really, really long cycle to test your faith. Wow. And the reason I say it like that is because for some of you, you are absolutely a grown adult at this point, and it's coming out that some of you have been allowed to go through some sort of challenging cycle, like since you were a kid, to grow. Not only, I mean, it specifically came out to test your faith, but it also was to grow your faith. This scholar card here is giving me the Hermit in the tarot. So something about your wisdom, something about you learning from your mistakes and learning from your experiences. Yeah, this cycle here with this, you're about to be very, very, very happy. Because for those of you who have been specifically dealing with someone or something, when it comes to this falseness, or when someone was trying to take something from you or pull the wool, it keeps coming out like pull the wool over your eyes. This is ending. Whatever this situation is specifically for someone, they have been peaked. This situation has been seen and spotted, and it is over. It is going to come to a major ending anytime next year. For some of you, it's between now and next year. Some of you, something major could occur between next spring, like as early as April, into winter. There's nothing to worry about. Blessing in disguise. Confirmation. Confirmation. That's the pot. That's the rainbow at the end of the tunnel for someone. That's like the pot of gold at the end of the tunnel for someone here. You have followed trustworthy guidance this whole way through, and it is what you were supposed to do, and it is serving you well. You are now going to be released into, many of you already know what you should be doing with your life purpose. If you're in this high priestess energy coming out on top of life purpose, many of you already know. Some of you already work very closely and directly with angels to help guide others for some of you, or whatever it is that you do for work. And again, confirmation, this is a blessing coming in because you overcame some sort of, for some of you, major karmic cycle, major transformation that was required. I'm getting required for you to do this life, whatever you were meant to do for your life purpose. I'm going to get some final messages out of this deck over here that's hard to shuffle. So hang on with me a minute. And I think I'm going to do it like in portions. Let's get some final messages. 333 on the clock. Way to go, teamwork. Way to go. Those of you who've literally been like teamworking with God and with you know, whoever you were guided to get divine assistance from. Congratulations, because you did exactly what you needed to do. Final messages for Divine Collective with this reading. Vibration. Your vibration is being raised. You have raised your vibration to higher levels. You are deeply connected to cosmic intelligence. A joyful, stable partnership and good friends that has come out earlier, as well as prosperity. Whatever you've been working on is coming in. Again, endings and beginnings. I hope you guys got some sort of confirmation, clarity. You enjoyed the reading. I will see you again next time.